You went to the funeral. How you doing? How was it?
It was
a rough
tough.
day?
Yeah, it was real tough. I broke up a lot, broke down a lot, but thankfully it was a lot of people around me that come for me. They showed me love, his family, Big Mike's family, they showed me love. Everybody else, the rest of the supporters, they've been showing me love, and they've been trying to help me through this rough time that we're going through.
I was talking to his relatives earlier, talking about some of the criticism that he's gotten, the New York Times article that was written. Today we heard a lot of good, we heard a lot of bad. What kind of friend, what kind of person was Big Mike, your friend?
Well, I heard a lot of things too, and it really saddens me, it strikes me down in my gut that they would try to throw salt on this man's name after he's deceased like this. And to me, we was around each other. He was a good friend, never spoke down about anybody, you know, didn't really tease anybody about being smaller than him because he was bigger than a lot of people we were around. He was a real good friend. He didn't like to see other people down.
Is there anything that you would have done differently that day?
Honestly, Don, that day was like a regular day. If I'd known what would have happened, that day I would have just stayed in the house. Probably sent him and told him to go back in the house. If I knew he would have died that day, I would have told him to stay in the house.
And you wouldn't have left the house either?
I wouldn't have left the house neither.
If you had to do that interview with CNN all over again with Wolf Blitzer, would you have told him about the convenience store?
I didn't feel it was relevant at the time so much as why was it a dead person laying in the street uncovered.
And how long was he laying there?
Like they said, at least, I can't give you specific time because I was still in shock because everyone keeps calling me a witness and they're trying to miscue the fact that I am also a victim. I was not just standing feet away from Big Mike, I was standing side by side. I could have been shot just as well if I didn't duck for cover.
What would you say to Big Mike? I know that I talked to his mom, sadly asked her, she said she talks to him, especially when it rains. She feels his presence and she talks to him. It was your friend.
Yeah, he was my friend, a good friend. And I feel every night I hear loud bangs, I wake up, I can't sleep at night, I think about him, I hear his last words to me, keep running, bro. Even then, after he's injured, he's telling me to get to safety. That's all I think about, all I hear in my head. And that's all I know, that he was a good person and he cared more for someone else than himself.
What do you say to people who are either calling you or portraying you as a thug, a liar, as someone who, you know, a robber? What do you say?
People have been called way worse names. It's not nothing that don't happen every day. I'm 22 years old. I've been in St. Louis, Missouri all my life. Name calling does not affect me whatsoever.